Today we are going to be looking at Bendy and the Ink Machine action figures. These are released by the company PhatMojo, and it's based off of the game developed by Meatly Games. So enough said, let's take a look at the packaging. Now the box looks actually great. It actually makes me want to not open this guy, but we're still going to open him just for review's sake. Has the Bendy and the Ink Machine logo with a picture of Bendy. It also has the figure and the accessories. And there's a cogwheel that has the Series 1, so there might be a Series 2 if the line sells well. There's also the PhatMojo logo, Meatly Games that develops the game, and it says ages 14 and up for some reason, which, you know, probably kind of because, like, the game is kind of scary, or it's most likely because the accessories are kind of small, like SH Figure Art's small or something. It also has the name of the character, and it says action figure. It also has some ink in front of it. So on the back, it has the Bendy and Ink Machine logo again with the ink machine. It says collect all 4. So here are the other figures in the set. I do want to get to all 4 of them because they do have accessories that would work good for stop motion. There is Ink Bendy, Boris the Wolf, Bendy, which we are going to be reviewing, and Alice Angel, which if you watched or played Chapter 4, you'll know that, spoiler alert, this is not the real Alice Angel. Okay, then we got the free game download, bendy.io/free, as well as some, like, copyright info and, you know, warnings. You can also go to www.phatmojo.com, and you can, like, follow them on any social media platform. Same with Meatly Games. Also has the Steam logo because it's available on Steam. So we are going to be opening this figure and we're going to have a closer look at it. So stay tuned for that. Okay, he is out of his box. Let's take a look at his accessories first. His first accessory is a Bendy plush. An actual thing that you can get at Target and on the website. So, and then after that, he comes with this little, like, paintbrush, or, well, we're expecting that there's paint inside, but, you know, it's Bendy the Ink Machine. There's probably ink inside, and there's, like, the paintbrush, like, sticking out. And if you look closer, you can tell that there's a skull sculpted in. So that's kind of cool. Now we can just take a look at Bendy himself. He's really cool. He looks exactly like the cardboard cutout. The paint job on it is actually kind of clean, though there is a white part, a white paint in, like, the back, and yeah, I can't get it off, but, you know, at least it's only in, like, the back side. He actually has the style of articulation as most of, like, the Tomy Sonic figures, where, you know, they have limited articulation, which, you know, the other figures I saw, they did not have limited articulation, but Bendy's the only figure that does, and I think it's a good move on PhatMojo, because, you know, he would look like a complete mess if he had a lot of articulation, because look how skinny his arms are. I mean, like, that would not translate well to, like, articulated elbows or even knee joints, by the matter. So yeah, PhatMojo and to some extent Tomy with their Sonic line, they tried to experience what would work and what will not work. Obviously, Jazzwares failed for most of their toy lines, including Sonic, but, you know, we're not talking about Jazzwares, we're talking about PhatMojo. So yeah, articulation-wise, he has a rotating head. His shoulders are universal. It's kind of hard to see, but they are universal. He can rotate at the wrists, though it's kind of hard to rotate them. And his hip joints are Wait, no, they're not universal. They can just only go back and forth. Actually, I take that back. I just soon realized that there's a joint right here which makes Bendy's legs move like that. So, yeah. It was actually a universal hip joint, so, yeah. He can be in a sitting position, but his hands, you have to make his hands go on the floor. and he has rotating ankle. But what I really like about this figure, aside from the sculpt and articulation, is the accessories that he comes with. They're very useful for stop motion, like the Ink Bendy. It came with like a cogwheel and a wrench, which I could use for stop motion. And heck, I have my World Nintendo Ice Mario figure. He can literally hold, he can almost literally hold the Bendy plush, so that's very cool. And speaking of Ice Mario, here's a comparison between this Bendy and the World Nintendo Ice Mario. Another reason why I like these figures is that they're in a good scale with the World Nintendo line, since both Mario and Bendy are 4 inches, so that's kind of cool if you want like to do stop motion of like Mario meeting Bendy, which, you know, I might do on my SMAF channel, but I'm just not so sure. You can have Bendy and Mario meet. And yeah, that's kind of basically it. So overall, the packaging looks very nice. The accessories are very small, but they're very unique, and they work well for stop motion. The articulation, while doesn't have as much articulation like Tomy Classic Sonic levels of articulation, at least the sculpt looks nice, and I think the execution is done very well. He also scales well with the World and Nintendo line, just as the other Bendy figures, and also that he's just overall a good figure, so I grade him an A+. Thanks for watching this video, and yeah.